Hi, loves. Welcome to the Mythic Forecast, where we explore the mythic and archetypal energies that are moving through the upcoming month. I'm your host, Hannah Lucas Goldberg, and I'm here to help you be able to read your life like it is the most interesting story that has ever been told, because it is, because it's your life. And if you're not that invested in your life, this is where you can start becoming more so, because yours is the only one worth living, darling. So, when it comes to this month, we are in Aquarius season. And if you join me for the previous monthly forecast, you understand I'm not doing these at the beginning of the month. According to the Gregorian calendar, I am doing these about mid-month when we switch from sign to sign astrologically, according to the Western zodiac. Because to me, the Gregorian calendar is a way to follow certain patterns for systems to keep control over us humans that be. But the reality is that it makes way more sense to pay attention to the lunar calendar and the seasonal calendar. So that is why these are coming to you mid-month, because this month is the one that actually makes the most sense to me, to my body as a human, having an experience on planet Earth. So we're in Aquarius season. Aquarius season is a fixed air sign, which is confusing because it's a water carrier. So it's like, oh, is it water? No, it's air. That's okay. If it's slightly confusing, that is very Aquarian. Aquarians like to be their own unique version of a human being, which is amazing. And every single one of you, whether you have Aquarius in your astrology chart or not, you all have Aquarius energy. And Aquarius is the planet that rules, it really rules the crown chakra. And it really connects to the energy of the divine and the collective. It rules the 11th house of friendships and collective energy and collective power. And it really is a very intellectual, cerebral sign. That's the energy we're moving into right now. We're moving into a very cerebral energy. We're coming from Capricorn, which is half goat, half fish. It's the divine masculine sign. It's the father energy. It's the daddy energy of the zodiac. And we're moving into mind. So this is where we take all the seeds that have been planted and the actions that we kind of have taken over the last month, right? Getting ourselves in order, because this is technically in the Western hemisphere, in the Northern hemisphere, this is technically a time of winter. So it's not always doing things fully in the physical, but it's like, what are you doing to get yourself prepared for the next thing? So we've planted the seeds. Now we go inward and we understand ourselves more deeply so we can affect change in the external. Right? We understand how our behavior impacts the collective. And this is such a beautiful thing because Aquarius energy really wants to do right by the world, really wants to leave the world in a better place. And there's so much going on in the world right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but without getting into the details of it, because all of that is still story. It's all distraction. It's all story energy. Not to say that it's not real. It is, of course, really happening. However, how we choose to move through things that are completely beyond our control and accept our own responsibility for the impact we make on the world, that is what matters now, right? So how are you as a human showing up in the world? And how is that affecting the radius of physical reality that you live in, right? How are you affecting your community, your friends, your workplace environment? How are you leaving the world a better place? So this is an opportunity for self-reflection and self-responsibility. And I think that this is a really important moment to do that. Not because things are necessarily our fault. There's a lot of spiritual language out there that will say you have to take responsibility for everything, right? You don't have to take responsibility for everything, but you do get to take responsibility for how you show up in the world, what you have control over, and what you put your energy into. So this is a really beautiful moment to get reflective as to where are you putting your time and energy, how are you showing up, and how are you affecting the world around you? What are you creating? And what do you want to create? This is a very visionary sign. And we're at a time where we're coming to the end of the Chinese lunar year. So we've been in wood snake for the last year. And we're entering, by February 17th, we're entering the year of the fire horse. So we're moving from a year 9 numerologically with the wood snake into year 10/1 of the fire horse, which is fascinating. 9 is a master number. 9 is a challenging number. 9 is affiliated with the energy and archetype of the crone. And the crone in feminine archetypes, and everybody has crone energy in their life, whether they are a male-bodied being or a female-bodied being. Crone is here to say, have you learned what you came here to learn? Are you prepared to release the part of you that's no longer necessary to take you into the next octave of your life, the next chapter of your life? So it is a death and rebirth portal. And Snake sheds its skin. Snake is belly to the earth and slithering through, releasing, shedding, and really getting to the material reality of understanding like what needs to be gone, what is really happening. It's a very sensitive sign. The snake is connected to the energy of the Kundalini life force. It is connected to the energy of the great goddess. And wood, again, it's like very much connected to the energy of material, of the material plane. When we move into fire horse, ooh, I just had a butterfly come through. Give me a little kiss on the hand as it flew away. This is beautiful. I love this, right? So this fire horse here is a 10. Right? It's 2026. 2 + 2 + 6 = 10. And then 1 + 0 is 1. So it's both a 10 and a 1, meaning 10 is taking us into the next phase. And it is a power, it is not the full power number of like an 11 or like a 22 or even a 13, but it is important because it's a full, robust energy. It's taking everything we've learned from the first 9 years and putting it into action in a completely different way, right? It's helping us shape what is to come. And the 1 feels like it's fresh energy and new, but it's being done in a new way, right? It's actually just like, if we were to look at this from a tarot perspective, and I know I'm using a lot of different language here, but I can see that they're always all connected. If we go from tarot, basically we've gone through the whole major arcana, which is really just the pathway of the alchemized soul, so learning your lessons. And it's basically like bringing us back to the fool. After we've gone through all the major arcana, we go back to being the fool, but we're the wise fool this time. And that's what 10 represents right now. And that's what even that 1 energy is feeling like. Fire horse, it's all moving fast. It is burning down what is not necessary so we can have new life come in. Horse leads us, charges ahead. Like, it is connected to freedom. It is connected to power. We are moving from the energies of earth and water into fire and air, right? And Capricorn is literally earth and water, being half goat, half fish. And being a cardinal earth sign, and we move into Aquarius, which is a fixed air sign. And it is opposite Leo. Leo is a fire sign. And this month is going to feel really intense. We've got a lot of personal planets moving into Aquarius, and it's like a little parade of them. Like, we've got Mercury and the Sun and Venus and Mars, and we have Pluto in Aquarius. It is going to be a fiery and possibly explosive February. Like, end of January, we'll have Mars conjunct Pluto as well. And so you need to understand that, like, Mars being the planet of action and passion and drive and like sexual energy, coming up against Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. Some plans that you potentially had in mind, or like things that you wanted to take action on, prepare for them to potentially not go the way you want them to. And that's not because you've done anything wrong. It's because whatever is not taking hold and taking root is not in your highest good. So trust that process. Maybe just take a back seat for a little moment, like relax, see what happens, get a bucket of popcorn and chill, right? It's not necessarily about taking action yet. We're still in the wood snake year until mid-February. And by like a few days after that Chinese New Year of February 17th, we move into Pisces. So we're going to then start integrating all the energies of Fire Horse here and start to slowly move forward, right? So I want you to understand that this is the month for getting still and observing externally and observing internally and seeing what the connections are. Where are you putting your energy? How are you contributing or taking without contributing to the world around you? What can you change? Right? Where is your energy flowing? Because that is what you're going to be experiencing so much more profoundly, especially as we start moving into Fire Horse year. So let's pull some cards. Let's see. If you have any questions about what is being shared or what's coming up, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Also, if you ever want personal readings throughout the month, I do tarot and oracle readings. And I love doing them for clients who are really open to hearing what is alive in their world and ready for the next octave of their life. So let's see, what is coming in for this next month? What are the additional themes? Haha. Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay, so we're working with the Wildwood Tarot, which is one of my favorite decks. It's like the tarot, but slightly different and attuned to the Celtic energies. So my ancestors on my mother's line. Okay, so first we have the Woodward, number 11. And the Woodward is connected to the Justice card in the tarot. I love this card. The Woodward is here to not necessarily be here for judgment, but it's really connected to what I literally just said in February. Be observant. Be very aware of how you are affecting the world around you and how you are potentially creating depleting the world around you as well with your energy. Like, what are you doing? This is a very objective card. This is a very objective way of looking at the world. Like, cut the fat is the phrase coming through, and the Woodward does that. He is very, very connected to the energy of like nature, the laws of nature, and nature is not good or bad. It just is. It just exists. It's very objective, and it is a little bit wild, right? So giving yourself the opportunity to reflect and refine and be the objective witness to your own life. Get very clear and clean in how you are moving through the world, even if you don't like what you see. And then go ahead and you will start seeing shifts. You will start like seeing people, things, experiences falling away from you more and more the more refined you get and focused in on for yourself this month. Like, you're going to start feeling that in the months to come, especially because we've got this full moon coming up on February 2nd, depending on where you are in the world. And that full moon in Leo is going to blast us open. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, especially if you have Leo anywhere in your chart and it's happening at Leo at 13 degrees, you have anything around 13 degrees, give or take like five-ish degrees, you are going to feel this. And what does this mean? It means part of your own ego, which is not serving you anymore, is going to fall away. And the more you can relinquish these parts of yourself, the egoic parts of yourself that aren't serving you, the easier you are going to have it. You might feel it more though if you have Leo in any of those degrees, especially if it's in any of your personal planets. I know I'll be feeling it. I'm a Leo, and I have planets around that, so I'll be feeling it. Good luck to all of us. All right, the next thing's coming through, and this is beautiful. We've got two different love cards, and of course, we've got February 14th. Although I have a lot to say about February 14th because it's not really what we've been designed to believe it is. But February is connected to love just because of commercialism and consumerism. With that being said, we have the Two of Vessels, which is attraction, and we have Forest Lovers. Yeah, baby. So in tarot, the Forest Lovers is connected to the Lovers card, obviously. That one makes sense. And we've got like a hand fasting here in this card. So coming together and binding oaths and committing to something beautiful. And that's all. And then we have Two of Vessels, attraction. This is connected to the Two of Cups, which really is a beautiful, it's basically the same energy. It's very, very similar. Coming in, filling each other's cups. Divine heartistry is the phrase coming through. What does this mean? What are you committing to in yourself? Where are you able to identify who you are, right? That Leo energy of the ego, the identity, the individual, and how is that married and connected to the commitment that you make in the world around you? And how does that impact things? Again, this is similar to what I just spoke to about what this energy is about. And it feels very, very, very relevant that it's connected with this feeling of commitment. It's not even really like love. Yes, these are the Lovers cards. Do some of you have love coming in that's going to feel very fulfilling and like it's going to be like setting you up for partnership, especially if you've been single for a long time? I think yes, but I don't think right away. Mostly this is a time that feels very individual, which is a little bit ironic because that's not always what the Aquarius energy is about. However, Aquarian energy is very unique and it does like to stand out in a crowd, but not for the ego's purpose, just because they are literally being their most authentic selves. So this is where you get to, again, go within, get very clear what gets to stay, what doesn't, cut away the fat with that Woodward card, right? That objective energy, cut it out, find the internal marriage within, and then we move forward. Oh, this is interesting too. Look, we've got fire and a horse. Yeah, baby. We've got fire horse coming in. So interesting. And that fire horse, like I said, I think is happening about 2 days before we move into Pisces. So being a Two of Vessels, Pisces being a water sign, and the Vessels card being connected to water, there's something happening there. There is some like good energy happening there. And I think other astrologers will tell you there isn't, but I'm telling you, there's some interesting energy. If you're watching this video, I'm telling you, there's something very juicy and interesting happening around then. Maybe so. Okay, last card to come through here is the Three of Bows, fulfillment. And this is connected to the Three of Wands card in the tarot. And I love this because we've got this, the Caduceus, the twin dragons, the red and white dragons. And when we get into symbolism, especially like Rosicrucian symbolism and like tarot symbolism, the red and the white is beautiful because it again is connected to the marriage of the masculine and the feminine. And what do we have here is masculine and feminine, right? And when I use the language of masculine and feminine, I'm not talking about male and female. I am talking about the masculine and feminine within you. And everybody, regardless of whatever body you are in, we all have masculine and feminine energy, right? The feminine energy is more connected to, I use this other language like the artist and the curator. The feminine energy is this artist, is like creating for creation's sake. Chaotic, beautiful, fully attuned to the world that is happening. And the masculine is connected to the curator, basically seeing all that's being created by the artist and going, oh, we have to have this celebrated. Let's find a way to categorize this and show it off to people so they understand all the beautiful things you're creating. So like there's form and function within the chaos of creation. So whatever language makes sense to you, take it for what it is, leave the rest behind, but understand that this Three of Bows fulfillment feels like there is something that comes from going in, getting really clear on how you are affecting the world, removing what is not necessary, and really like committing to yourself and going within. Get clear on your own artist and curator within. And there is a deep, fulfilling energy that's coming through that. And it feels like a spark. It feels like there's a little pause of like, oh, look at all I've done. Look at all I've become. Look at what's coming in. Like a breath, like an air. Aquarius is air, before we launch forward into fiery horse here. So relish it. Enjoy the inhale. Allow yourself to feel full of yourself, but not in an egoic way. Maybe a little bit. And then see what emerges on the other side, slowly, slowly, right? Towards the end of February, we will, and I'll speak more to this in the next Mythic Forecast, we'll be coming into Mercury retrograde, which slows things down just slightly after full steam ahead with all the personal planets like steamrolling through Aquarius, which is just the reminder of the pause on the inhale. Look what's happened. Look at how I am affecting change in the world. Look at how I move forward. And then we move forward with a lot more discernment and grounding and emotional connectivity. That's vessels, that's water. So hopefully this has rung true for you. Come back to this after February 19th. Go ahead and see what has come true, what has not. Go ahead, leave comments below. Share, like, subscribe if you are into mythic, archetypal, folkloric energies. Like, this is my jam. This is what I do. This is what I love. This is what I geek out on. And I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for your time, beloveds. Looking forward to seeing you again next month. Mwah. Ciao.